This crystal has also reverted.
Wait, something lurks nearby.
Another creature back from destruction!
Here they come!
think you're ready?
Stand in my way! Hurry up and awaken the crystal before we are beset by more beasts! Of course. I'm ready, Eri. I'm sure you have the hang of it, but if there's anything you'd like to go over again, just ask. Time to get started, Agnès. Are you ready?
Yes. Let us begin.
Wait, may I ask you something, Agnès?
More questions?
What are the crystals? Are they really born of the Vestals?
Now's not the time for a lesson on crystal lore.
I've never heard the full story either. I'd like to know.
Let's save it for after we awaken.
The crystals are not born of the Vestals, nor are they creations of the Orthodoxy. They existed long before human civilization arose. They turn hopes and prayers into energy that builds up within them. The Vestals, then.
Yes, I know that part.
Ringabel? You have that I'm in pain look again.
If the crystals thrive by storing the prayers of the faithful, what were they before they were objects of worship?
I cannot say. The scriptures say not of such a time. Do you know, Eri?
The crystals have always been crystals. It's simply a matter of more and more people worshipping them.
The Templars spoke on this. The crystals should be overseen by one who looks out for the good of the people, he said, not some power-hungry cult that has rotted to its core. What exactly did he mean by that?
Huh? What's he talking about? Someone care to fill me in?
I fear I do not understand either.
No, it's... Never mind. Apologies for interrupting.
Not yet! Just a little longer! More! Keep going! And after you'd come so far, a pity.
I'm sorry. Forgive me. Sorry. She lives, but I failed to protect her. No!
Can you hear me? Ringabel!
I'm sorry. Everyone, I couldn't. Forgive me.
Feeling better, Ringabel?
Tiz, I remember everything now.
Your memory is back? That's great news!
I'm not so sure, but at least it all makes sense now.
Will you tell me?
I am Alternus Dim, the Dark Knight. I spoke before of my suspicions that we'd been transported to a parallel world. I've been seeing more and more glimpses of the past these last few days. I remember crossing swords with you, Agnès and Idia, any number of times. And I've witnessed firsthand your death at the hands of a horrible creature.
And it wasn't simply a dream?
No, a memory from a parallel world, most likely. Do you remember when we first met in Kaldisla?
Yes. In the world before last.
And what did the pattern on Ares' wings look like then? It looks like the number 3 now, but in the previous world, it was a 4.
Now that you mention it, how about the world before last?
It was a 5. I recall it clearly.
It's decreasing?
In my memory of you 3 getting killed, the pattern looked like the number 6.
And that means...
In short, I'm the Dark Knight from the world before your own.
I see. The pieces are starting to fall into place.
I don't want to believe it, but I think Eri really is... She's... I could only watch it happen. I couldn't do a thing.
Ring a bell.
I have a favor to ask, Tiz. Please tell Agnès what I just revealed to you. Sometime, someplace where Eri isn't around. Will you do this for me?
All right. Of course.
Then you'll believe me?
Final temple. Listen, why don't we go speak with the sage first?
The sage? Whatever for?
Sounds like a good idea. To the sages!
What?
Ah, I thought I heard something. This place draws few visitors, I fear. And who might you be?
I am Agnès Oblige, vessel of the wind.
Ho ho! Little Agnès, is it? My, how you have grown, child. You were scarce more than a little sprout when your predecessor brought you here. Now look at you, a fine woman you've become. Fine and plump and pleasantly jiggly. Why the long face? If there is anything this feeble old man can do for you, name it.
Sage, do you remember me at all?
Well, you'd better come inside. Now then, I was about to pour some tea for us. But I fear this may not be the time for sitting quietly with a hot brew.
Sage.
Let me ask you this. If I bade you come with just one other, would you know why?
Yes.
Well, this is quite astonishing. To think such events were even possible. Very well then. I will spare you the details and keep this simple. You must decide who is your most trustworthy ally. Then travel to the nearby cave with them. You will find it to the southwest of here. I shall go on ahead. I would advise you to heed my words. You must bring only one ally with you. Your other companion should wait outside the cave. I shall see you soon.
You're just going to ignore me, Agnès? It's no fair. Tiz gets to have all the fun.
I am sorry, Aerie. I hope you can understand.
Go on, get going already.
We'll be back soon.
Give the master my regards.
There you are. Ah, so this is the one you have chosen. I envy him. You make a fine pair. Were I 1,880 years young?
You're not ready to lay down and die yet. We know.
Do you?
And I'm the very image of the angel you encountered 1,880 years ago.
Oh, I see. I've already spoken of such matters, have I? Now, tell me, why have you two come to me again?
I wanted to be alone with Agnès.
What?
You little devil, you!
Huh?
No! I didn't mean it like that! At least in the way I think you're thinking!
Tiz, was it? I thought you a lost cause, but it seems you've some fire inside you. Look, she's blushing. Put the girl out of her misery with a big kiss on the lips.
Please, I'm trying to be serious here.
Tiz,
No, I'm telling you, I really didn't mean it like that.
then what did you mean?
Ringabel regained his memory, and not just part of it this time.
He did? When was this?
Just a short time ago. I'm the only one he's told so far. But he wanted me to tell you something in private. Something he remembered.
In private? I did not think Ringabel to be the sort of man to mistrust his comrades.
I believe he had his reasons.
But what could he possibly remember that would warrant such secrecy?
Before we get to that, I'd like to ask the sage about that angel he encountered.
Of course, I will tell all that I know.
Did the angel mention anything to you other than the crystals?
Other than the crystals? Yes, I believe her words were, I was deceived by the evil one. Her voice was heavy with regret.
The evil one?
This evil one used deceit to drive the 4 crystals out of control. That tore the barrier between worlds, she said, opening a way to the world beyond. No!
And was this a hypothetical future she saw?
No. The angel and her 2 comrades had stood before that evil in battle that day. It was after her allies were slain that the creature boasted of what it would do. She spoke to me with lifeless eyes, drowned in tears.
What then?
As the angel faded before my eyes, she said to me, "Deliver unto me this pendant when next I return to you. And should I appear before you with the evil one, hesitate not to do what you must to us."
You speak of this pendant.
And was this evil one the angel spoke of with us when we first came to you?
Yes, I dare say so.
Then...
I could not do it. I could not, knowing I would have to slay you, Vestal. Precious girl.
I see. Then, to remove all doubt from the matter, I ask you now, this evil one.
Stop! I wish to hear no more!
Agnès,
I cannot bear to hear of matters so dreadful. For if what you say is true, then
forgive me. I never wished to put you in this position. But I cannot believe Ringabel would lie to me. Not about something like this. That's why.
You trust Ringabel then?
I do. I trust Ringabel, along with Idea, and you too, Agnès. I trust you all.
Very well. Then I shall trust in him too.
Thank you. We ought to be returning to the others now, Sage.
You be careful now. Ah, and before you go, there is another matter. One Lord De Rosso and I have studied this last millennium. Were you aware that should a crystal be destroyed, it will eventually regenerate?
What? Truly?
So long as its core remains, it can grow once more through the power of mortal hopes and dreams. The passing of thousands of years will see it grow to its original size and power.
And this crystalline core you speak of?
You need look no further than the pendant about your neck, my dear.
What? This stone?
A rather fine gift, wouldn't you say? I'm so delighted to see you kept it safe.
Sage.
Now, I must leave you, but not without a word of advice. Have the courage to think and act on your own. And have the courage to disobey.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
That old fart hasn't filled your head with strange thoughts, has he, Agnès?
Airy, you needn't worry about me. He did me no harm.
But I'm a Christ fairy, bound body and soul to the Vestals. Of course I worry. And yet, you've been pushing me away lately.
Christfairy or not, you've no right to interfere in another's love.
What? Wait, what?
Hang on.
What?
So, Tiz, how was it?
Fine. Couldn't have gone better.
Couldn't have gone... What's going on between you two? Come on, Agnès, out with it!
Say no more, Tiz.
No, do say more. What's going on here? Yes, inquiring minds want to know. Agnès and Tiz, are you two really...
No, that's not...
Yes, that's exactly it. Isn't it, Agnès?
You mustn't encourage them, Tiz.
This is great. Been some time since we've had any good news.
You showed skill making it to our central command, Wind Vestal. But unfortunately for you, you won't get any further if I can help it. I'm in fine form today. I'll show you how weak and pathetic you...
Victoria!
Victor, I can't breathe.
Alas, you have grown more unstable than I had feared. We must seek treatment at once.
Victor.
Silence, if you please. She would likely perish if we were to disturb her now.
It's happening again.
Again? What do you mean?
Oh, I was just thinking out loud.
Allow me to tell you a story, if I may. Once upon a time, in a place not of this land, there was an orphan child suffering an incurable disease. Her name was Victoria. Though still a child, she was abhorred by those around her due to her affliction, as the orthodoxy cast her aside. She was taken in and raised by the orthodoxy soon after her birth. She simply waited upon her inevitable demise, all the while gasping in pain and despair. Then, a chance meeting changed her life. On death's door and abandoned, she was found by the Grand Marshal, who wandered the lands after renouncing the orthodoxy himself. She began her treatments in this land after the Lord Marshal conquered and renamed it the Duchy of Eternia. It was I who created the white magic cable. I was charged with studying the combined use of white magic and the crystals. I advocated the use of treatments by amplified white magic on her. But there was one who voiced objections. My assistant in my white magic research, Vincent S. Court, my father. He pressed endlessly for an alternate treatment, one not based on the amplification of white magic. But it was alchemical genesis he proposed. It is a forbidden art, a foul heresy, banned since the time of the Old Faith. The Lord Marshal and I both rejected my father's proposal out of hand. But he would not be swayed. He didn't so much as ask Victoria's consent. He believed his cure had rid her of her affliction, but the truth was far different. It stilled her growth, and periodic fits grew more frequent. Soon, it began to cripple even her mind. My father has since passed. She found clarity one day, returned to herself. She murdered him. I was devastated. No, in truth, I was already a broken man. You must think me a fool for not loathing my father's murderer. But I could not exact vengeance on her. I was entranced by her innocent eyes and childlike form. I devoted myself, body and soul, to her healing. Yet, I failed to relieve her suffering. Each time her tiny form is racked with pain, I ask myself, knowing the result, would I still have intervened as I did? But ever is my answer the same. As long as I draw breath, I will see that she does too. No matter how she suffers, I'll not allow her to die. She is both my crime and my redemption. My ego, my joy. I dedicate my entirety to her. And know no greater pleasure.
What nonsense. I mean, really, Victor, that was so boring and really long, too.
Forgive me, Victoria. How do you fare now?
Back to my old self, but I don't think I could take another one of those fits. Now, let's take care of these fools once and for all.
Your wish is my command.
Stop it! What is the point of us fighting? The point, you ask? Because you disgust me, Adia. That is reason enough to fight, no. I wish to see your corpses flayed before me, fools! What do you mean I disgust you? I don't remember doing anything to you. But of course you don't. You have your health and blood relatives that care for you deeply. You live a life of comfort with many friends and teachers. And yet, despite these blessings, you rebelled. How can you display such arrogance, Adia? I find your very existence offensive. I fail to see how that is justified. Is that right? You have no concept of the suffering of us have-nots. Justified or not, I despise you. Why don't you just roll over and die now?
I am sorry, Victoria. Forgive me, Father.
Victor? With Victor gone, my treatment will stop. The next bit I have will be my last. So, with the short time I have left, I'd like nothing more than to crush you all! It's over!